Good morning. It is Memorial Day weekend. I have some family coming down to visit, and we're going to barbecue later today. So I thought I would do up a batch of baked beans. I get quite a bit of few compliments usually on my baked beans. If you think opening the can of this stuff and heating it up is making baked beans, you are sorely mistaken. Alright? I like to start with a pound of bacon. I have it cut up. I decided to skip ahead and get it started first. And I do the bacon first so that I know it gets a little crispy. And I use the bacon grease to saute my onions here in a little bit. Not a real complicated thing to do. Most people just fall short of putting the effort into it. Like I said, they think you can just heat it up and that's baked beans. And, well, I guess in some ways they're right. That's what the can says. But that just falls a little bit short. If I do this very much, you're probably going to find a bit of a theme of bacon and onions and red chili peppers. I tend to do that a lot. That's how I start almost all my recipes that require it at all. And this is another one where I like to use my cast iron because I can throw it right into the smoker with everything else if I decide I want to, instead of heating up the house. Because I haven't got my outdoor kitchen set up yet. Hell, I ain't even got the porch cleaned off enough to where I can do that. But the new puppy's helping me with that. She's dragging stuff out of the porch I forgot I had. Which is a good thing. It makes me clean it up. Nobody really needs to see me chopping onions, so it doesn't matter if it's on screen or not. And as I was saying, right now I'm crisping up my bacon a little bit, which is going pretty quick. It's almost ready. Got my handy jar for the extra bacon grease. Paper towel to strain it with. Got a bowl to pull the bacon out as it starts crisping up. This is a very simple thing, but like I said, a lot of people fall short. They just open a can, put it in a pot, heat it up. This is also a recipe where you can kind of go through the fridge and clean it out. I have some leftover smoked pork. I might throw in this a little bit later too. Dipping out my bacon right now. Alright. Drain off a little bit of the extra grease because I don't need quite that much. That right there is plenty to saute these onions with. And that little bit of funk in the bottom of the bacon is just extra flavor. Stir those around. thing good about a small kitchen is everything is close by all the time. But it can get overcrowded real quick. These are the red chilies that I use. I buy them at Publix, but I also just take the seeds and I throw them in a pot. They grow great. If not, who cares? It didn't cost me nothing. I already bought the pepper. These actually came off of one of the ones I grew from the seeds. I have rabbits, and I gather up the rabbit poop and throw it in a bucket or a big pot. Once it starts to decompose, it makes great potting soil. And these peppers grow good in that. They don't seem to grow real good in some other stuff. Another pepper I use a lot of is a Serrano pepper. I haven't been able to get them to grow for me. I always throw all the seeds in a pot and see what I get out of it. But I have not had much luck with those. I like those because they're a nice, even flavor. They don't just keep getting hotter and hotter the more that you eat of them. Jalapenos, they have a tendency, if you keep eating them, they just get hotter and hotter and hotter. But these will stay a nice, even amount. My onions are just about there. I like Bush's baked beans. I could probably just take pork and beans and make my own, but might as well get a head start on it. The home style, they'll have some chunks of meat and they use brown sugar. I don't add any extra brown sugar. I think whatever they have is enough. I like my sweets to be sweet, but I don't really like my meals to be sweet. Like some of the real sweet hams and things a lot of people like, and I don't care for very much. Alright, so I've got my beans and my onions in there. Go ahead and dump that bacon back in. I'm going a little smaller, so I didn't put in as many beans as I usually do. But I did the same amount of bacon and onions. Maybe I should have lightened up on the bacon and onions a little bit. This is the thing I tend to do a little different. I like the Sweet Baby Ray's, sweet and spicy. And that's what I put in my baked beans, is barbecue sauce. Whichever barbecue sauce you like, that's up to you. Make it your own. I started doing this in the mid-90s. I was in Texas for commercial dive school and went to this little barbecue place and barbecue beans. What the hell is barbecue beans? But it came with my meal. I tried it. All right. Well, I looked at it and said, oh, baked beans. Then I tried it. All right, I see it. Baked beans with barbecue sauce. And things like that. I like it. So now, that's what I use as barbecue sauce. Now my red peppers, I'll throw them in there too. Give them a stir. Alright. At this point, they're ready to go in the oven or on the smoker or whatever you happen to be using that day. I guess you could let them simmer here, but no matter what, you want them to keep cooking for a while and thicken up. But that is my baked beans. If you never really give it much thought as how they're made, it's one of the simplest things in the world. I guess you could get away with opening a can and heating it up. Anyway, I hope everybody has a happy Memorial Day. And don't forget what the holiday is actually about. You know, it's honoring those that died so that you can have your barbecue and your mattress sale. All right? Everybody be safe. Don't stay out of trouble.